If you're looking to blow someone out of the water for Valentine's Day, well, maybe head up to Anchor Seafood. It's seafood so fresh. The ocean hasn't missed it yet. We're going to head up in this, so much more on CKPG today. Ahoy from Anchor Seafood here in College Heights, or as a fishing boat would say. Anyways, we're gonna come check out this family-run business today. They've been in Prince George for 28 years. You know why they started? Because the family just wanted to get better seafood here in PG. So we're gonna go check out some of the best seafood you've got around town, right inside these doors. All right, now it's time for the real fish here on the show. I would say this is a winner, or the fish was the loser. We're the winners today.
We're the winners.
So we're gonna carve up this fish today, fillet it with Nikki here. Nikki, you got a secret to doing this, making it look easy?
Well, I do make it look easy, but it's not as easy as it looks.
Yeah, as every great fisherman would say.
Right.
This is probably the hardest part. Catching them ain't the hardest part.
No, this could be the hardest part. All right. So with a fish here, I'm just gonna go in behind his collar right here.
Okay.
And we're just gonna put our knife in until we feel the bone on the inside, and you're gonna feel it.
Yep.
Right there. Turn your knife, and you basically just follow the backbone of the fish right until the tail.
Okay, just make a nice little fish steak, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And then when
meat.
you pull it off, you just have a really nice, and you're not leaving anything behind there.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and you kind of flip it over.
And this is salmon.
This is a sockeye salmon,
Sockeye.
wild, because we only deal in wild salmon here at Anchors.
Ah, only the best.
Only the wild stuff, yeah. And
Yeah,
so,
I was gonna say, the
just
meat
like
is nice
that.
and red.
You bet. So a lot of times too, when you take it off like this, you can take a spoon and take all the rest of this stuff off the bottom.
Okay.
That leaves it boneless, and a lot of the times with this kind of meat, you can do little stir fries with it. It just kind of, it just kind of comes off just like a little, kind of like a little butterfly.
Okay, so you said.
Just pull that guy back. Yep.
Yeah. And then
Just cut right through till you feel the bone, and you'll feel it. And you'll want to take this little part down here off.
yeah.
Get right through that belly part there too.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm at the bone.
All right.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Is there a way to check? Let's see. We need Nikki's stamp of approval.
There.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay.
Okay. There. Now you should be able to get right through it. Right, and then flip your knife so you can feel where the bone is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
And you want your knife to be underneath all of that.
Okay.
So right, and then flip your knife sideways.
Okay.
Yeah. Put pressure on the top.
Yep.
Yep. And then just feel the bone and go all the way back to the tail. And try not to saw it so much. Try to just kind of run it through. Yeah.
Run it through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Run it right through along that bone. Keep going straight. Don't saw it. Just push it through. There you go.
Okay.
Let's flip it over and see how you did.
Uh-oh. I mean, I have an okay feeling about this, but, well, we missed a bit.
That's all right.
But,
That's all right. That's pretty good, though.
Yeah?
Here we have some Pink Moon oysters. They come out of PEI.
Pink Moon. Why
Pink Moon.
Why pink?
That's just the name of them.
Okay.
All oysters have different names all over. We have oysters on our coast. We have oysters that we get from the East Coast. They all have different names. They all have different flavors.
Interesting. Because I was like, these don't look very pink, but.
No, they're not very pink. Let's see what they look like when we get inside.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. So oysters, this is the grow point on every oyster.
Okay.
It's the weakest spot on an oyster, and that's where you're going to put your oyster knife into and pry it open.
Now you say oyster knife, there's a special knife,
There's a special knife. So this is an oyster knife. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go into the point of this oyster. There is a muscle on this side of the muscle, a muscle keeping the oyster meat in there, and a muscle on this side.
Okay.
So we're going to want to cut both of those muscles after we open up the oyster. So
right.
myself,
This is like a treasure chest here.
kind of. That's where sometimes they find pearls in these. All right, so this is the weakest spot here. You just put your knife in and basically just give it a pop.
Just like that?
Just like that. So then we'll take our oyster knife and we'll run it along the inside of the shell to break that muscle that I was talking about. And then we'll take
wow.
it and we will do the other side like that.
Yeah.
Flip it over, make sure you don't have anything in there that you're gonna chew on.
And that looks pretty good.
And that's it. You just go ahead and put it in your mouth and chew it up and swallow it.
Raw?
Yep, just like that.
Okay, we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
want me to do it?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Here, camera Zach. You know, that tastes really good.
It is. It's very salty, very
Yeah.
briny. Kind of tastes like the ocean, right?
Yeah, you know what? It reminds me of the East Coast.
Yeah, that's exactly where it came from.
All right, you come to the counter here, and yeah, you got a whole buffet of things waiting for you to eat here at Anchor Seafood, including these love bobs. You're making these for Valentine's Day.
I'm making these for Valentine's Day. $8.99 each, and yeah, they're quite the cute little thing, aren't they?
Come on, get a look at that. It's a heart of shrimp. Come on.
And we have to give the kudos to Eleanor, my mom, who actually came up with the Love Bob
That's
20
awesome.
some years ago.
20 some years ago, and the
Yeah.
legacy keeps going here at Anchors. If people are wondering for Valentine's Day, probably best to get your orders in early, right?
Yeah, or just come on in here and talk to me. I can set you up with what you need. I'm here all the time, so come on in, come
All
down,
right.
see me here.
Well, you see the quality today, you see the story, family-run business again here in Prince George, and yeah, I want to thank you for your time. This has been a real treat.
Right on. Thanks for coming in.
Very cool event coming up this weekend in the region, the annual Sled Dog Mail Run. And we're so lucky to have John Smith with us today. John, you got a little extra company. Oh, they're ducking away out of the screen, but you had a retired sled dog with you. Are you excited for the big Sled Dog Mail Run coming up?
Very excited. This year the weather is looking really good. A little bit cold, but we kind of love it when it's cold. But last year snow was a bit of an issue, so this year it's really nice to have some good snowpack. So it will be fun.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, usually some years, yeah, there's no snow, and you guys are figuring out how to make it work. So this year is good for that. Tell me a little bit about the history of the Sled Dog Mail Run, though. You guys have been involved for a while, right? It goes from Quesnel all the way to Barkerville.
So originally, yes, the trails started near the city of Quesnel and went all the way to Barkerville. Over the years, because of forestry and stuff, we've had to adapt. We now start at Troll Ski Resort, and on Friday there, where we swear in the mushers, and we make them official Canada Post letter carriers, and they, yeah, and we basically will be carrying the mail for 3 days for Canada Post, and then we finish up in Barkerville on Sunday. We've been doing this for 33 years now. This will be the 33rd year. This event used to be part of the qualifier for the Yukon Quest, which is happening right now. Over time, it's been downgraded a bit and just become more of a fun musher event.
I think it's awesome. What an iconic tradition that continues to live on. How many mushers about turn out for this event?
So this year, actually, we got an amazing turnout. We got about 17 mushers.
Wow.
And then we got also 2 ski jurors. So there are people on skis getting towed by dogs. Really impressive turnout this year. So it's going to be very exciting. So
That's pretty cool. And of course, so folks have missed the cutoff now, but if you did, there was a chance every year, right? You guys take the, so if you send a letter through Canada Post, there's a way you can actually make sure it's delivered by the dogs, right?
yeah, so what actually happens is the customer will come in, they'll purchase the envelope. They deposit the envelope into a special mailbox. They don't actually give it to Canada Post right away. And then we have a team of volunteers, which is the scouts and the Girl Guides, and then just the mushers like me that will come in. We will cancel all the envelopes with we have 3 cancellations, one for Quesnel, Wells, and Barkerville. We cancel the envelope, and then we also put in the carried by Dog Sled.
I got to ask you too, because of course you and your partner there, Sarah, you guys do this together, the mushing business. What is it like to be a musher?
It's addictive. So I've only been mushing for 3 years now, and it started out with we had 2 dogs, and it was just a fun little thing. We're getting towed on a sled. That's now expanded out to 9 dogs, and we are actually getting 2 more so that we both have equal teams. And it is amazing. The feeling of being in the middle of nowhere in the woods, being towed by dogs, and nice and peace and quiet. And it's just a beautiful thing to experience.
We got to shout out the stars of the show, the sled dog mail race, the dogs. Do you have a lead dog? And like, tell me a little bit about this lead dog. What makes it the lead?
We have Cheddar. She's our our main lead dog there. She's a tiny little Alaskan with a heart the size of, like, of Prince George. We'll put it that way. Uh, she's an amazing dog, and normally all mushers, they have that kind of dog that will just the heart. They know, they listen to commands. They know where they're going, right? And before you let me go, I want to do one quick shout out.
Absolutely.
Or two, actually. So you have a local photographer, Pat Jones. She was the one that submitted the picture for this year's envelope. It's a picture of her niece, Nevada, who is also from Prince George. And it's a beautiful, beautiful little picture. And if anyone is interested, come down to Barkerville on Sunday. You'll see us coming in probably about 11:30, 12 o'clock. You have a good chance to see us all coming into town and handing over the mail to the post office as well. So,
well, just one of the best traditions this region has to offer. I give you, John, credit, and your wife and all the other mushers out there. Clearly, there's more than I think there is. 17 of them showing up for the event. And yeah, good luck with the weather this weekend. I'm sure the Huskies will be fine. Maybe a little cold, but
that's when I grow the hair on my chin.
Miss an episode? That's okay, life gets busy. We get it. Or maybe you didn't miss anything, but you're here to watch that one feature again because honestly, it was that good. No judgment. Here's the good news. You can relive every moment of the CKPG Today Show whenever you want. Head over to ckpgtoday.ca, click on the Today Show tab, and voila. So grab some snacks, kick back, and binge away because let's face it, life's too short to miss out on great local TV.
Dreamers. It's a big title for a big exhibition here at Two Rivers Gallery, put on by Amber Bracken. Amber's a photojournalist. She's been in a lot of places and taken a lot of cool photos as well. We're going to meet her today inside here at the gallery. And this is a real treat. There's a lot of cool stories as well. Now inside the gallery here with Amber, this exhibition on until April. It's a very cool one, talking about photos. Amber, how are you doing today?
Doing great. Happy to be in Prince George.
Awesome. Well, you came here from Edmonton, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so a little warmer here?
Is it? I don't know.
Jury's out on that. But tell me a little bit about the exhibition here in Two Rivers Gallery.
So this is a collection of work that's pulled from almost a decade of a large range of reportage stories. And it all kind of correlates back to relationship to land and place. But yeah, they're pulled from very disparate places in time and space.
So tell me a little bit about like some of the places here, because you look around, you see different scenes, lots of landscape, different seasons. Do you have a favorite season? I mean, there's some winter, some summer.
A favorite season? I don't know if I have a favorite season. I do think about as like somebody who lives in a winter season or winter city, similar to Prince George. Yeah. I think about, the toughness and like what is involved in the relationship of living in a winter city and being, So I do think like. Yeah. We can like summer, but winter shapes us. Winter makes us tough.
Canadian, eh?
Very Canadian. But yeah, there's a range of different things. So I've got singles pulled from, there's North Dakota, there's Fairy Creek, there's Alberta, there's Fort McMurray. That's Joe Haven, which is in the, far north. We've got the oil sands, we've got Standing Rock, we've got southern Alberta. We have Inukjuak in northern Quebec, which is an Inuit territory in northern Quebec. Lacombe. We're everywhere, like really, really quite broadly across Western and Northern North America.
And tell me, so you travel, and is this kind of your passion as you travel, or is traveling your passion and this you kind of do while you're traveling? How does it go?
Well, I'm a reporter, so I'm a photojournalist. So these are all pulled from stories that I've done on different topics. So it's not specifically about the stories that I originally reported, but it's finding the relationships between those different stories and trying to, you know, talk about a correlative relationship from all of them.
What do you do as a photojournalist? Because I mean, it's easier said than done to tell a story through photos. What are you looking for when you're trying to capture these moments?
I mean, I think it changes depending on what you're reporting, but it always starts with listening and researching. I think you have to do what you can to understand before you start photographing. And, you know, you sort of like charge up your knowledge base with an understanding of the issue. And once you have that, you're just doing the very best you can to be very aware and observational and just to notice things. And, you know, that's steered by what you understand about things. So yeah, being present, being conscious, being educated, and being very, very aware. Yeah.
I was going to bug you for like a story about one of the photos in here. Is there something that comes to mind that you would be willing to share? Maybe just like a little bit behind the lens of what you were thinking in that particular moment.
Maybe I'll pick on like a particularly quiet one.
Okay.
So we have the ladybug photo. There's a ladybug lunch on a picnic table. And this was kind of in the course of reporting a story about the carbon capture potential in native prairie. So like in untilled native prairie. So where you have like very established native plants.
Okay.
And I was having lunch with a Blackfoot elder, but it's like pandemic time, so we were outside, you know, on his picnic table, and there was just something about that moment, which it's like it's not about the story, but it's also very much about the story. It's about the listening and the relationships that you build in the process of, and for me, there's something about the layers of the representation of food and fruit on a table that we're eating from, and you know, this idea of coming together and sharing and that kind of thing.
Well, thank you for sharing that, of course, and thank you for being here. We're so lucky to have you here at Two Rivers Gallery, all these pieces, and yeah, thanks for making us part of your journey as well here on the show. Of course, come and check it out here. Exhibit is on now at Two Rivers Gallery on until April. You'll want to come take a look at this.
There are some snapshots that we received that could be paintings. This definitely on the list. Thanks Taylor Hansen for sending in this sunset, a scene from Taylor's backyard in Fort St. James. If you look closely, you can see a planet. We're making an uneducated guess here, maybe slightly educated thanks to the internet. Venus, we're thinking, is probably in the photo here. But Taylor, great shot as always. Thanks for sharing.
Once the cleaning solution runs the length of the line, the cleaning solution will come out. So we'll let that run.
Oh,
Yeah.
just like that. So you're looking for
Just like
beer
that.
just to clear.
You know, people looking at you going, ooh, and you're looking around going, holy shit. You know, so.
Right here, we have one of his inventions here. It's a contact printer.
So he's not just a photographer, he's an inventor.
He's an inventor.
So I've brought you to my locker from when I attended here at CNC in the early 90s as a student. And my friend and I decided we needed a locker. We shared it. We had perfect real estate right by the cafeteria.
And some of the pictures are literal garbage. And I thought, but there's still beauty in these things if we look at it the right way.
Oh, hey, you don't got to be on the beat all the time. You know, Frank's always there, baby.
Yeah.
These don't look very pink, but
No, they're not very pink. Let's see what they look like when we get inside.
that sounds good.
All right.
Hey,
Well, sorry that I got stickers going over here.
whoa, those are, who are those?
Those are you.
Oh my
Surprise.
God. Come on.
Hey there, got an idea or suggestion for the show? Reach out and connect through our social media or send us an email at letstalk@ckpgtoday.ca. Here's some events to check out coming up here in Prince George and area. Stop by the Amanika Art Center for Lost and Forgotten. This is the Artist in Residence reception event. Of course, their Artist in Residence this month is Natalie Breckus. Coming up at the CN Center, see some great stunts from some great athletes on bikes. They are athletes, yes. February 8th, FMX World Tour revs up their engines here in Prince George. Coming up on February 8th as well, there's Brahms Symphony No. 2, if you're a fan of the Prince George Symphony Orchestra and what they do. Catch this performance at Vanier Hall. The 38th annual Prince George Iceman is set to roll out on February 9th. You can skate, ski, swim, and do a lot of running as well. It's great entertainment as well for spectators. If you have an event, send us the info. Let's talk at ckpgtoday.ca.
Lots of great competitions happening here in Prince George over the winter. Many of them involve hills and snow. Last weekend, the Heart Slam Rail Jam. This week, we get to look back in local history at an event that happened at the Tabor Ski Hill.
Some big air was about to happen at Tabor Mountain in 2002 around this time because they were getting ready to host the Southern Zone Freestyle Ski Championships at Tabor Mountain, and of course some elite company in there as well. There was a 12-member BC freestyle ski team including 18-year-old Justin Wong of Prince George and also the 17-year-old brother of World Cup mogul specialist Jennifer Sim. These are big names when it comes to freestyle skiing here in PG.
So yeah, there you go. Many great events to celebrate here in the winter in Prince George. Despite everyone thinking, hey, it's a sleepy northern city. They don't do anything all winter long. We do lots of things. And hey, I would suggest you go and doing lots of things at Anchor Seafood because they got some great stuff up there as well. I'll throw out, that sounds really bad. I'm just going to wrap up the show.